I'm really pissed off about Vance missing the vote and a couple of those judicial nominees getting through. I really am. And I know people may seem like I'm harsh, but no, I don't think so. You elected these people to work for you. And yet this man used the excuse, I guess, saying that he was with Donald Trump. Well, I would imagine, this is just a guess of mine, that Donald Trump wanted to see if you were smart enough to know where it was most important for you to be. But it was only after Donald Trump posted that everybody needed to show up that you then showed up. So either stupid or deliberately making excuses. So that's bad enough. Like, instead of taking accountability, like, I work for the people still, even though since being picked as VP, he's not casted a single vote in the past 10 weeks. Now, some of it you can chalk up to campaigning, but not all of it. He wasn't on the road with Trump at every campaign. But I'm sure he would make those excuses because, again, somebody that gets elected and gets a free ride and I can show up when I want. And Cruz's excuse was he was at the SpaceX rocket launch. Let's go see a rocket launch that goes nowhere. And you've been there for a while. Like, all of you know better. So if you thought, because I saw one article that said something about he was helping Donald Trump, I would imagine that Donald Trump is the type that wants to see if you know where you should be. And what he would want to see is that you interrupt and say, Mr. President, I should be at the vote. Not, I get to just sit back and do nothing now that I'm going to be VP. I mean, I'm disgusted by this. I was already on the fence with him, so this pushed me all the way over. Like, we can sit here and make excuses like, well, he thought he couldn't step away from the president. No, I don't think so. I think Donald Trump expects people to know what they're doing. And at least have enough smarts and common sense to know I can at least interrupt the president and say, look, it's more important for your agenda for me to be at that vote. I would bet money that that's what Donald Trump was looking for. But instead, Vance thought, I'll get away with this. I haven't been going to any of the votes anyway. I'm going to be VP, and then after that, I'm going to be president. Oh, well, I will damn campaign to see that you never do. Seriously, this should piss people off. You elect these people, and then they go. There was a ton of campaign or rallies, that he was not at. So what the hell was he doing? Just hanging out at home, wanting to call himself one of the servants of the people? And then, instead of taking accountability and saying, you know what, it was wrong, I should have been there. No, he has to make some, sarcastic post about how it's more important to find the FBI director. And it's like, no, you were elected by the people. It's more important for you to finish out your job in the Senate. And you didn't know that? No, because you let all this go to your head. And Cruz knows better. You mean to tell me it was more, Cruz somehow thought it was okay to miss important votes like that? And Rubio, you people are lazy or you're just trying to serve the other side or both. Who knows? But you are the result of, you're just incompetent. It's disgusting. And I'm not some person that we all miss the mark on things, okay? But when you're doing something that you love, okay, then you should want to do the right thing. Clearly, these people don't know how to do the right thing. Who the hell wants to go watch some stupid rocket launch, okay? Really, when really you're working for the people of Cruz, But you've all been the problem. And Rubio, I mean, talk about a lazy bastard, okay? Just saying. I mean, I know it seems like I'm being harsh, but you elected these people. You elected these people to work for you, and then at any chance they can get in there and use some excuse not to show up for an important vote. And I would imagine, did Trump invite Cruz? I bet he wanted to see what he would do too, because Donald Trump strikes me as that type of person. Is I'm gonna invite you, and then I'm gonna see what you're gonna do. Because he knows you should be working for the people. He knows Vance should have been at all those votes. But the very fact that Vance wasn't until Trump posted about it shows that this is what happens with incompetence like this. With laziness, arrogance. This is Harvard. So not until Donald Trump said something did you guys realize that you're supposed to be working for the people. I mean, you're not working for Donald Trump. You're not. You're working for the people. So as long as you're supposed to still be at those votes, then you should be at all of them, not at rocket launchers, not at doing whatever the moron Rubio was doing. Who knows what his excuse was. I mean, but these rhinos, they'll do anything to miss, most importantly, votes. So I have a hard time believing they're stupid, although, they could be. But I don't think that's all it is. It's really just wanting to make an excuse for missing a vote. But any of us would realize that was an important thing to be at. Anybody that cares about serving the people would have said, I'm sorry, Mr. President, let me go do this voting. I guarantee you that's what Trump wanted to see. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. He wanted to see, are you working for the people? And you guys weren't. You guys weren't. You couldn't be proactive. You couldn't be at the job serving the people, and the people are your boss. So Vance, I don't care how much you think you're going to be president in 4 years. And you know what? Here's the thing that always bothered me about Vance, besides a lot of the Harvard and him being a never Trumper most especially, but is that if you noticed, the people like Rogan and the liberals, they tended to be excited about Vance. And that was a red flag to me. They're like, yeah, and then we'll get Vance in 4 years over my dead body. I will rally to make sure you never get nominated. Because you could not even serve your constituents in the Senate for a most important vote. And yet you have the second to the highest seat in the land. And instead of taking ownership and responsibility for how you did not do the right thing, instead you wanted to make some stupid excuse how the vote wasn't more important. So what you did when you said that, Vance, was you said the people aren't as important as what I think is important. Well, that's the reason you shouldn't be a public service. You shouldn't be in public service because you don't know how to serve the public. You don't even know who your bosses are. They are your constituents that you failed. I mean, it's one thing if you could have taken accountability. But he makes an excuse. I know I read, but you can hear the tone really. I tend to think it's more important to get an FBI director who will dismantle the deep state than it is for Republicans to lose a vote 49 to 46 rather than 49 to 45. But that's just me. So don't take any accountability for the fact that you're a public servant and you're supposed to be there. Just, oh, well, we already know. You don't know that. You don't know what, and look at what ended up happening. So either you're stupid, incompetent, and you really shouldn't be in public service because you don't serve the public, you're lazy, or you just, the best thing for you to do, and likely why you deleted these, is you should have, and you didn't take any accountability. You didn't say, I'm sorry, this was a misstep. I've been excited about the vice president or whatever it is, and I didn't do the right thing here. No, you do what every other one of them do in the swamp. You make excuses. What a disgrace all of you are. You don't serve the people. You're too lazy to.